Well, it's still going kind of fast right now. Just trying to get settled in and get adjusted to the different type of practice we have here, and which I love, and getting adjusted to trying to find a place to live and all that kind of stuff. So it's still going fast, but I like that. It's a good fast.
How did the process go of you getting here? When did Will contact you, and how quickly did that process go?
Well, I don't remember the exact dates. I just remember it was around the time of the Georgia State High School Championships,
Okay.
and that's kind of when everything started happening. And it wasn't super fast. It was just a little bit of contact, and then things sped up after the interview, obviously. But it was over the course of a few weeks before I was finally able to get here.
What makes a Will Muschamp practice different in your eyes?
Well, the thing I love about it, to me, it's old school. It's what I'm used to. It reminds me a lot of what we did at Georgia Southern with Jeff Monken, who's the head coach at Army. Just, the physicality that we're able to get in practice with the half line, the 6-on-4. I think that's great, and, you look at the best football teams, they're physical up front, they're able to run the football. And so I like that because as a defensive line coach, the more you can get of playing double teams and chip blocks and getting zone and reach and all that kind of stuff, I think the better it makes your football team, and the better and the tougher it makes your football team on both sides. So I love that type. You're not going to hear me complain at all. I like what we do.
What was your first impression of seeing the group that you'll get to coach here?
I'm pretty excited about what we have. Obviously, we have some guys that are really, really going to be big contributors not out there right now, but that's okay. It's a great opportunity for some of the younger guys to get more quality reps, which, in this league, you better have some depth, because I say all the time it's the AFC, the NFC, and the SEC. So you better have some depth, and you better have some guys that can go in. You need to be 6 or 7 deep, and that's the thing this spring is allowing us to do with some of the guys we'll be counting on in the fall that are out. We're able to develop some quality depth behind that.
Who is in the group you've specifically been working with in these first 5 practices?
Right now we got Kobe Smith, Jabari Ellis, Rick Sandage. We got Gentry. Zach Pickens has been out there some. I mean, that's kind of really the group right now as we're getting started and moving forward. Devontae Davis has been out there as well. So that's kind of the nucleus of guys we got right now. And hopefully after spring break, we may be able to add another guy or two to the group, but that's kind of what we've been working with.
Is there something nice about maybe working with a little bit of a smaller group like that, being able to give them a little more one-on-one attention?
Yeah, it's very similar to the setup we had my last year at Arkansas, where I had the inside guys and Coach Caldwell had the DN. So, that helps. You're able to get some quality reps, and I think more than anything else, you're able to really specialize on the blocking schemes and situations that the tackles are going to see, whereas out there playing defensive end, the blocking schemes are a little bit different. The techniques and responsibilities are a little bit different. So, yeah, you're right. You do get to isolate more on what the tackles will see.
What about Zach's characteristics and the way that he plays make him a candidate to be not just an early contributor for you, but somebody who can play both inside and outside?
Well, the thing I really like about Zach, and the limited basis he's been able to be out there is, number one, is can't coach that body. He's a big kid. He's already got a powerful lower body. He's got long arms, so he already has the frame, and he's able to do things naturally that really good football players are able to do. Naturally with the limited amount of reps and practice that he's had, he's able to do some things. So I'm very excited to see, just like we say, all freshmen, they got to get in there and get their nose bloody a little bit and, feel it from SEC linemen. But, so far from what I've seen in the limited basis, I like where we're headed with him. I like what I see.
Javon Kinlaw, I guess he's not able to go right now, but I'm sure you see him a lot. And, what do you think of him just from the eye standpoint, and what do you think you'll have with him when he gets out there?
I'm super excited about being able, to coach a player like Javon. There's some things that he does really, really well. There's some things that he can improve upon like every player can. But, when you look at his length, his athleticism, his explosiveness, I mean, those are all qualities any D-line coach would want to see in a defensive tackle. He reminds me a lot of the young man I had at Arkansas. But, I think Javon could be really, really be a special guy. you know, like I said, there's some things that we got to work on and get better at. But he's got some definite physical attributes, I think, that translate to being a great player.
How's he coming along?
As far as I know, pretty good. The reports I'm getting are really good.
John, were you able to look at South Carolina from afar over last year, the last couple of years?
You know, to be honest with you, I really didn't keep up with them this year. You know, when you're engulfed, you know, in your season, you're kind of entrenched in that. I was able to watch them a little bit the year before. You know, we played them up here, and you know they were giving me crap about that the other day in the staff room. But you know, you know that was a tough one to swallow. But you know, I was able to watch them from afar. You know, obviously being from the state, you know, kind of about the history and tradition. You know. Coming up in high school, you're either Gamecock fan or Clemson fan, so I was able to watch them that way. But, you know, I watched them a little bit more the first year because we played them. I didn't really watch them that last
Which
year.
one were you?
I was a Gamecock fan. we used to come down to Columbia when I was in high school. Hootie and the Blowfish used to play down here when I was in high school, so we used to be fans. But
When you're talking to you guys this year, John, I'm sure you have your goals, maybe goals that weren't hit last year. But in your estimation, how much of that was just because of injuries from the line last year, and how much do you think having a healthy group will help you reach your goals?
you're talking about for USC.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously you set out and you have goals, but to reach those goals, you need players. And you know, it's also good to help you reach those goals when you have the players that can really help you. You know, the really good ones. So, you know, we need everybody healthy. You know, in this league, you need everybody healthy. You need everybody understanding what to do and being able to go in at any moment and do the job. And so we need the whole group to help us attain our goals as a defense, as a team, as a unit. We need everybody.
How important is it to have two guys like JJ and Ricky who played as freshmen, not just having guys like that who have experience as young as they are, but as an example to the incoming freshmen that you can get reps if you work hard?
I think that's extremely important, and to be honest with you, I think that's going to be a trend you're going to see more in college football, especially if you're able to play as a freshman. You're going to play. I mean, you got guys leaving in 3 years now. You got that daggum transfer portal. I mean, you guys are going to play early right now, so you know, I think it's important that they understand, hey, my number may get called, and I go back to, again, in this league, you got to have depth. And, you know, those freshmen got to be ready to go just like the juniors and seniors. Everybody's got to be prepared.
What has Rick showed you kind of